So this is question 16 on section 3 of test 6. This is a little bit of a tough question for a lot of students. It is question 16 and it is a gridden, and a lot of students don't like griddens, but it is important to remember that it's the first gridden question, so it should be a lot easier than students make it out to be. You just have to remember that easier questions tend to have easier ways of doing them. So the goal is one possible value of b, so that means that there's multiple values that may work. Your goal is to find just one of them, obviously not all of them. All right, so the difficulty here is that it's a no calculator section, and we know that this a to the b over 4 is equal to 16, and a and b are positive integers. Remember, an integer is a whole number, so a and b cannot be fractions. There's no answer choices to look at because it's a gridden, so it's time to see what we can do. So one of the more common plans that we have on the test is to make sides look the same. So make sides look the same. And with exponents, a lot of times what that means is make the bases look the same. All right, so in this case, let's think about what the easiest possible kind of base would be. So if we know that something to some power, right? So I have something to some power that's equal to 16. All right, so something raised to some power. All right, so the easiest way that I can get something raised to 16 is if the base is equal to 16. 16 to what would equal 16? 1. So this means that b over 4 could equal 1, which would mean that b would be 4. So that's a nice possible value that would work. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. All right, so let's see what other values we could have. All right, so same idea. We want to make something equal to 16. Well, what else can we make equal to 16? Well, we can make 4 equal to 16. So it would be 4 to the second power. So that would mean that b over 4 would be equal to 2, which would mean that b over 4 would be equal to 8. Just another way of looking at it. All right, well, what else could we have? We could have, change colors, we could have, say, 2. And so 16 is also a power of 2. So you could have 2 to some power. 2 to the fourth power is equal to 16. So b over 4 could equal 16. Whoops. B over 4 could equal 4, which means that it could equal 16, so that's yet another value that we could have. All right, then we could also have some weird values of 16, such as, say, 256. All right, so 256, which is just 16 squared, would work. So 256 raised to something. So sidebar, like these are the answers that you probably want to get. Like only very, very kind of like nerdy, geeky kids are going to get these ones or would think to do these ones. But 256 raised to what? Well, the square root of 256 is equal to 16. So this means that b over 4 would equal 1/2, which would mean b is 2. And here's the answer that you might just guess, right? So it's a no calculator section, but 256 squared can also be, whatever this value is, can also be written as 16, because 256 squared is just 16 squared squared, right? So 16 to the fourth power can also be written as some power of 16. Or let me actually do this a different way. So whatever this number is, 16 to the fourth power, can be raised to something to get 16. And so we would have to raise it to the 1/4 power. So b over 4 could also equal 1/4. So b could equal 1, right? So if you're just guessing, 1's always a great number to plug in. If you were like, I don't know, let me plug in 1, then you would have gotten the answer correct. We checked what we were asked to find. We did find values of b. Be careful that you didn't find values of a over here. All right, so you found values of b, which means that you should feel confident that you got the answer correct.